an actual like game that might take you at least a good chunk, at least 20 hours maybe,
Yeah, I mean,
hopefully
it looks
more.
decently sized. It's gonna
Says to
be.
sound.
I mean, it's not like a DLC, but it kind of is, right?
Oh no,
It's
He said it's
glorified,
full. He said it's a full size
glorified.
game.
it's a full size game.
Yeah, they
Uh,
said.
I mean, I don't know what happened to Spider-Man in this world and why Miles is in, like, taking care of it, of New York City, but I'm fucking down. I think Miles is being explored more recently because of the whole Spider-Verse success.
Oh
Oh
yeah.
Uh,
yeah, without a doubt.
yeah, which I mean, it's fucking earned, man, and deserved. I've watched that movie so many fucking times.
Yeah,
It-
it's a really good movie. One of the
yeah,
best comic book movies.
and now we're gonna control Miles, and we're gonna have like all his different abilities. It's gonna be interesting, I guess, seeing someone else's abilities in a Spider-Man game because I believe this is the first time we're controlling someone other than Peter or like we had Venom back in like the Ultimate games.
Uh huh.
But it's like this is the
Oh
first
yeah.
time that I guess we get like a new person being Spider-Man in a game. We've
Yeah.
never had that before. We had the alternative versions of them in like Shattered Dimension and like Web of Time, but I
True.
don't think we've ever actually had someone other like we. I don't think we've had Miles play like a major role in a Spider-Man game, and I think this will open up the door for more Spider-Man crossovers. Because I mean, we know there are infinite Earths, we know there's infinite possibilities, and we know there's Spider Woman out there, there's Spider Ham, there's all this. I mean, we want Spider-Man Noir, right? Like, what if
Nah.
Marvel? I don't know, man. Insomniac making Spider-Man Noir, I would play it.
Oh, fucking noir.
Yeah,
Man.
with fucking Nicolas Cage
Well, I don't know about Nicolas Cage, but
as
yeah.
the voice actor. You would want him.
Um,
He did a good job in Spider Verse.
I mean, for that medium, yeah.
Yeah, for
I don't
that
know.
medium, not video
Uh,
game.
yeah. I mean, fuck. I mean, you got a little taste of it with with the suit too, you know.
Yeah, and I
I
mean,
mean,
go ahead.
no, I'm just. I mean, we did get to play him in those Shattered games, but yeah, I guess you have a point there. It's probably the first time we ever get like someone who doesn't have the traditional Spider-Man powers, and just kind of interesting how his moveset's gonna change, or how are they gonna incorporate his specific powers,
Yeah,
you
and I
know?
think we're gonna be able to see how Miles moves around the environment as to oppose like Peter Parker, which like you see it in the trailer where he like catches the person, and you see how like he jumps out of the way of the car as he's like running up the wall, and he like
Uh-huh.
jumps and like slips away, and it's just like damn, dude, like Miles looks like he's been he's been pretty well trained, like
Like
fuck
it's not just gonna be a fucking skin, you know, like oh, like this is just basically Miles Morales costume with the
yeah, it's
same
his own.
similar mechanics. I mean, I hope yeah they like think about like Miles fights differently than Peter, you know?
Yeah, because it's like Peter's been at it for a while, and like even when he wasn't Spider-Man, he didn't have a mentor. He kind of like had to come on his own. Like you have him teaming up with like big parties, like the Avengers, Fantastic Four, and everything. But like he never really had a teacher, and which like Miles does in this game, and I'm like excited to see how Miles
What they're gonna
incorporate.
explore.
Yeah, like I want to see how like Miles develops his own style, that is unique from Peter Parker, and
I
like I want to see Miles Morales as Spider-Man. I want to see what he's able to do.
I guess we're gonna see a little bit of Peter maybe trying to be like Ben here.
I hope he doesn't bend out. That's the worst way to go.
Shit, man.
He went off camera.
But
They shot him.
but him, becoming essentially like the new, beacon of like wisdom and like guidance, for another fellow Spider-Man.
Yeah, and yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, like I think that that's pretty much all we have to say about Spider-Man. Everyone's looking forward to it. That's a cheap one
Yeah,
because everyone wants
they
it.
started off the bat. They started off the bat. It came out
Oh
Yeah.
looking
yeah.
sweet.
What do we got? Gran Turismo. We want to skip
Wait,
over that.
rewinding the video. Rewinding the video too. Can you show me a picture of Miles real quick? Rewind to shows his face. Back to Miles' face. Yeah, just a good picture of him without the mask. Yeah, right there is good.
That.
Dang it.
Yeah, that's him.
Anyways, no, right there, pause it. Black Twitter was blowing up about
I'm,
his hairline. They're like, yo, my boy got that fit right now. Let's go.
He got lined
He
up.
I
got
mean,
that.
he got lined up, bro. In
He
the
got that shit in the last game.
I mean, you got to think about like the last game they were basically in quarantine, bro. He couldn't get that haircut.
Nah, man, that's not
Yeah,
what it was.
I mean, they were
That's not
basically
what
in
it was.
quarantine though. I mean, yeah, he
Nah,
had a
bro, the
shitty
whole
ass
game
haircut.
he had that, bro. Come on now.
He could have
He
gotten a
got that
haircut.
good stuff. Somebody said
Bruh,
somebody included somebody in that team. They got them have a brother or something that said something like, "Yo, man, that ain't right."
hey
Yeah, did
Tori,
my
what if
boy
hey,
Miles wrong?
hey Tori, what if you took out the mask and bruh had some waves though?
He
Nah,
had some
he
waves.
got no waves. It makes sense though.
Bruh
No,
got
no,
bruh dripping wet.
leave the waves to Harry Osborn, man. That's how it's gotta be. Harry got the
Bruh,
waves, man.
that do-rag game be strong.
Dude, Harry Osborn is black, man. People don't know him and his daddy is black.
Shit, I
Leave
believe
the
it.
waves, boy.
I'm
Shit, I
sure they made
believe
a
it.
meme about that, right?
Yeah,
Damn, they
they were
give him the
talking about
waves. He
his
knew.
they were talking about his wave game being strong and how like Oscorp was making most of their money off of the wave game. Like the do-rag
Wait.
technology. Do-rag technology on the
Yeah,
next level.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
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 I mean,
yeah.
yeah, man. Like, what's your thoughts about like seeing Miles Morales like strong African American, like taking the lead role of like such an iconic character?
Yeah, man. I mean, I got a long history with Miles. When he first came out, it dealt with a lot of racism and hate. People didn't like the whole like Black Latino, Afro Latin, whatever thing going on. There's a lot of racism about it. A lot of people didn't like him. And I read the comic book. I loved it. So it's good to see him like years later finally get the recognition he deserves because he's a really good character.
that's
And
how
I
I
think,
feel about Spider-Man 2099.
yeah, I want Miguel O'Hara. What was his name?
O'Hara,
Yeah, O'Hara.
Miguel O'Hara, yeah.
Yeah, I want Miguel O'Hara's. Like the way he fucking comes out with the claws, bro, and the way like I just like his world. But for Miles, I think that um he's he earned the torch. It wasn't just passed down to him. Like his whole story about like taking up the mantle of like if you want to go off the Spider Verse world, which everyone knows, is that like he takes the mantle after seeing his own Spider Man die. Like, and there's other versions of him where he takes up the mantle after like feeling bad because he's had the powers all along but never like acted on them. Until like he sees that I think Spider Man was in trouble and he like decided he couldn't like uh keep it down and he couldn't ignore his responsibilities any longer. But it's like it's always interesting to see him in media because yeah, like you said, a lot of people didn't want him just because he was African American, but it's like, dude, he
Pushing an
legit earned it,
agenda.
man. He legit earned it, man. Like it just even if you just go by the movie, he didn't want the power. He just kind of like ended up with it. I mean, like even in the Spider-Man game, he gets bitten by a random spider, and he's like talking to Peter about it, and he like shows Peter the powers even before he even knew Peter was Spider-Man. Which I feel like everyone knows he's Spider-Man. We just kind of like push it under the carpet. Like it's kind of like an
Yeah,
open. I feel like it's an open secret at this point.
yeah. Oh
Like
man, dude.
Aunt May definitely knows, like in the like Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies, and even in the game she knew obviously. But it's just like, yeah, like I think we're in a world where I'm ready for Miles to be like a focal point, and like maybe bring in like more of the like lesser known Spider-Man, because it's like I think that's what they're doing with the new Spider-Verse movies, and I hope this game does that, like where they bring in more villains because of Miles Morales being Spider-Man. I want more interesting villains, honestly.
New
Uh,
ones, we're getting. I mean,
well, I mean,
is
we
he
always
just
get
gonna
the same
take
ones.
over? Or yeah, is he just gonna take over his same old, Shocker, Rhino, Goblin? Like,
Yeah,
I feel like at this point we need a new rogues gallery. We need to be
we need
like,
Craven the Hunter.
uh,
We need Morbius. Like, when's the last time we played against Morbius in a Spider-Man game?
I think we
Like,
never fucking did.
fucking never,
Or
right? So it's like, yeah, like,
or
are we not ready for it?
or fuck, what's those fucking spider clones like Kane?
The Shattered. Oh, the Friends and Foes.
Fuck, I don't know. It was part of the whole Scarlet Spiders like
Craven the
timeline.
Hunter. Oh, the Spider.
Kane,
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 the clone, right?
yeah, he like has like long hair and he has
Yeah.
black.
Or Riley. There's Riley the Scarlet Spider.
Yeah, Ben Riley.
Ben Riley, yeah.
And then I think there was one time Spider-Man fought this one dude. It was kind of like Morbius, but it was a different one. Fuck, I forgot his
I mean,
name.
he fought Blade,
Hmm.
but I mean, yeah, man. Like we just haven't had any like we always fight the same ones: Vulture, Rhino.
I would say the
Uh,
last one tried right with like the whole Negative Man.
mm,
It was
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
okay. It was okay. But I was like, let's try for like something. It was just a guy in a suit with negative powers.
yeah.
Uh,
I mean, they made
yeah,
him threatening, and he was an interesting character. He wasn't just, your run-of-the-mill bad guy. You kind of sympathize with him. Like, yeah, he got dealt a bad hand, and he was dealing with it the way he thought was best by trying to take
uh,
out Fisk and everyone else
yeah.
with it. I'm just like, yeah, why does everyone else have to go down with you? But I mean, like, the ending of Spider-Man was well cultivated, right? Like the way it ended with like Doc Ock and Peter Parker fighting. So it's
Uh-huh.
like it's one of those things where it's like, should we get a sequel? I mean, that's kind of like why I feel like they're going with the Miles route, because like it could just be Miles' story, and I hope it stays like all Miles' story.
I think there's gonna be moments where like he talks to Peter when he's feeling down, but then he goes on his own, you know.
Yeah. So we're
And
gonna
yeah,
go to Ratchet.
Yeah.
sure.
Well, let's go to the next game.
All right,
Not Gran
Ratchet.
Turismo. Skip that. Ratchet. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ratchet.
You're not interested in Gran Turismo?
I mean, it looks great, man. What else? What else can he say about it? It looks good. There's
Right.
nothing else to say. It's expected.
I mean, it's Gran Turismo.
Those cars look nice.
Shit. I like how the mirror looks. I mean, we're looking at it and we're like, okay, what the fuck is this? Right off the bat, you don't think it's Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah. You all right back there?
I lost my shit when I saw Ratchet.
It appears that the dimensions are collapsing on one another. If we cannot get to...
Right. The ship. I mean, we can't be that far.
I was talking about like the dimensions with our with Tori. Like when we start seeing the rifts and shit, it's crazy. And like what I guess I saw later on, they were talking about how these worlds are kind of like rendered using the PlayStation 5's like SSD thing, where they're like loading worlds like instantly. And like if that's true, that's fucking crazy.
Yeah, that's a perfect like tech demo to show off what the PS5 can do.
Yeah, man. I think yeah. I mean, it's Ratchet and Clank. I've always been a fan. It's a freaking fascinating world. They it's kind of like kids friendly, but like a hardcore gamer could get into it, especially with
Right.
like
The
all the
ship.
dimensions
I mean,
changing
we
and
can't
shit.
be that far.
Kind of reminds me of like Bioshock.
They have found us, Ratchet.
Damn, man, like
Steer this thing.
I really want to play this already.
Please. That's not
Yeah, did they give it a release date? Or release date?
Nah, man, not yet.
Shoot.
All right, give me a sec.
The dimensions are weakening considerably.
Yeah, actually, man, this is freaking great, man.
Right? I mean, it's one of those games that it's just like, look at how they jump, man. All the like openings, all the different animals.
Well, it is certainly not good.
It's real time too.
Yeah.
Where?
Oh,
That's what I'm saying.
I think this is the. Nah, this looks like Jack and Dexter's world.
Beats me.
Nah, it's not this one. Nah. Might have fucked up and thought it was. I hope not. That looked like it. You know what I love about this though?
What?
How fast paced it feels. Like there's always something going on
Yeah.
pushing you to move forward.
Mhm.
And it's like there's just more chaos and more chaos going on, and it's just there's like I said, like there's always something going on.
Yeah, it's
If
lots
it,
of low details, environmental storytelling.
yeah, dude, and I mean like I think Clank's just fucking all shiny. Look at like how everything shines around him, like the reflection on his feet, around the face. Like you see all the sparks flying. I legit can't wait to play this game.
Yep.
My boy Clank got separated.
Ratchet, we are too late.
Damn.
Ratchet?
That's like Ratchet's granddaughter or something. Yeah, it's
Wait, did they
Ratchet.
show her? Yeah, who is that chick? Is she a character in the series?
No, she's new.
Probably just another universe version
Yeah,
of.
I think that she's in a different universe. I think she
Okay.
might be like a daughter or something to Ratchet, because I mean, like she's a Lombax.
Okay.
I mean, she looks like a Lombax. But yeah, Ratchet and Clank, not a fanny T.
I mean, I didn't really play it too much, but I know that it's like, I mean, I played bits and pieces, but I played more like Jack and Daxter,
Yeah,
like
Jack and Daxter's where
a
it's
little
at.
bit of a little bit of Sly though. But
You're more of a Sly fan.
uh, I mean, in terms of like I played a little bit more of, yeah, but that looks good. It looks fun. I mean, it looks like it's pretty well made.
Yeah, I guess. What about you, Tori?
Yeah, that's a day one buy for me, man.
They won't buy. What what specifically got your attention? Like, was it how detailed the worlds look? Is it,
Yeah.
the character designs?
Yeah, I mean, classic Ratchet and Clank, man. I mean, you see how they've evolved like the worlds and going between different worlds seamlessly. Visually, it looks great. It just looks like a fun game.
I mean, yeah, it looks amazing. The gameplay they showed was not that bad either. Like, they showed you how you can like pull yourself into other dimensions and fight like you're fighting different enemies. And I feel like this is probably one of the early holiday releases for it. Like, it's probably gonna be one of the first games to come out for the PS5. I would hope.
I think so. I think it's probably gonna be maybe next year.
Yeah, I mean, like
Right.
like not too late cycle, because I feel like it looks really well polished. Like, granted, we don't know how far along they are, but from that little bit that we saw, it looks like they have a lot of work already put into it.
Yeah.
Like that trailer was, I mean, not trailer, but like that that was fucking smooth. It literally just went from one world to the other with no problem.
Smooth. Yep.
All right,
All right.
we hopping over to what was the next one? Oh no, they show the gameplay. You guys want to go over the gameplay?
Let's keep going.
There's the Square Enix one, the project Arithia or Aritha.
It doesn't look interesting.
Yeah, it looked kind of like.
Didn't show much. I don't know what to think about it.
Well, it's a project, man.
Yeah, that's true. So I think it's a little too soon to show something like this. It's probably gonna be a good 2 years before we see it again. That was Square Enix.
Don't do this to us.
Yeah, it's too little and too soon, man.
I mean, but from what we see, it looks amazing.
Looks visually interesting. I mean,
Yeah.
Square Enix is really good at creating worlds, aren't they not?
Yeah, they're very
Yeah.
good at it. Like, for example, if you watch if you play Final Fantasy 15 or like any other Final Fantasy games, like their worlds are very fucking well designed, and I think that it's just like Tori said, it's a little too early for them to be showing this to us. It kind of like makes me think of all that it can be, and it's just like it sets a pretty high bar from what we're shown.
Well, so far, I'm curious
I mean,
about it.
I mean, it's this project. It's a project, man. I don't think we can like pretty much say much about it. Oh, the cat one threw us off. The cat one's all weird.
Oh yeah.
We didn't know what the hell was going on. I told Tori you were gonna be the cat, and he's like, nah, you're not.
I thought you were joking around.
Nah,
this
dude,
this is cool. I mean, I don't really know what the gameplay is gonna be visually. If it looks anything like this, like look at the reflections, man, like the shadowing.
Like an indie game.
I don't know.
It looks Yeah, it's like a indie developer studio. But so I think that you play as like a cat as a messenger.
Yeah, this is dystopian. Yeah, I mean, it looks good, man.
Yeah, it looks stylistically different from what we're used to seeing. Yeah, Stray. Uh, copping out for EDT.
Uh, oh, I'd probably wait on that. I mean, it looks cool, I guess, but that's something I'd probably like watch videos on, see what's it about first. I wouldn't. I don't know. I don't know if it's something I'd play. I mean, I need to see more too. You know.
I think that yeah, like you said, we need to see a lot more of it. But from the world itself, it looks interesting. I would think that like maybe the people in this world aren't robots, but that's how like cats see us. You know, like we're just kind of like um cogs in the machine, just kind of going out about our business, and that's how like the cats see humans. You know, they're just autonomous beings doing their thing while the cats do their thing. And like that's kind of like something I was thinking like when I saw the trailer that I'm just like, oh, like maybe in reality that's just how cats see us, you know, or like the portrayal of the like game creators. That's like what they want to portray. That this is how cats see us, and that we're just cogs in the machine. But then again, you know, this might be crazy a little bit. What about you, Tori?
Yeah,
You
yeah,
copping
we'll
out?
see more. This the initial gameplay, man. So you
I
know,
think so. I think for all of us, we're
yeah.
gonna go with maybe. We just need more info. Which one's the next one? Oh, that's the controller. Oh, this one, the one to keep an eye out for. The one where like she keeps kind of like reviving
Oh
after
yeah, that
every.
was.
Over and over, I relive my first
Yeah,
moments
this
on
House
this
Marquee
alien
is really
planet.
interesting. These guys made Resogun, um, and some other like 3D shooting games, but this is like way
Uh,
above what they've done.
The attack,
they did Detonation,
my
right?
death,
Yeah, Dead Nation, I think so.
Yeah, which were like
the
twin
crash,
shooters. This is completely
the
different.
attack.
Arcade game.
Yeah, so to go from that to like this, like I mean, I'm pretty sure their studio was like only like maybe 15 people. Like I can't believe 15 people made this. They had to have upgraded
Even death
themselves.
is
Which you'll see a
wasted.
theme here in this. Lots of indie studios taking a big step.
Yeah, and I think it's
Each time
just
I
like
awake,
that's the budget, man.
this
The
planet
budget
feels
increase.
somehow different, as if changing.
I think
Alien vibes.
it's kind of like an alien slash kind of like Dark Souls game where like you'll keep dying and the game will, you know, like change obviously like she's saying every time that she revives the world changes. And like I wonder how much they're going to lean towards that, you know, like when you're playing like and you die and you respawn how much will the game change every time you die, you know? Will there be new enemies? Will there be a new area of the map? Like I wonder what's technically possible with the technology that's available now, you know, because they're bragging about that SSD, and if the tech demo for Ratchet and Clank that we just saw is anything to go by, I just want to see what they're able to create with that, especially in this environment that is just fucking gruesome. It looks really fucking dark.
This world is becoming part of me, infecting my.
One thing we were talking about when we saw that, like me and Tori are like, these people are scientists. Why do they always touch the one thing that looks dangerous? Like you see something with horns or like little tentacles, and you're like, let me touch that thing. Why? Why are you gonna touch that thing? Scientifically, you should. I don't know, man. I'm not a scientist.
My mind,
Should be.
my memories. The
So
longer I spend here, the more I can feel my sanity slip away. But I cannot lose hope.
let's go to the next game. Hello.
My bad.
Oh
Yeah, Little Big Planet.
Yeah, go to the next game. Oh, skip that. Hey, I mean, are you guys Little Big Planet fans?
Not much, to be honest.
I mean, they're
Right.
fun games. I mean, if it's free, I'll play it. But I won't
Yeah.
play
Cool.
I mean, they're going
Excellent.
for like a Mario vibe on this one.
All right. Next one.
The next one's the like destruction derby.
This looks fun. I can
mean,
use this right now.
like
This
Yeah.
looks fun.
Fortnite meets like racing cars.
Yeah, except that like so you can get thrown out of your car and then like jump out and like fucking run around and do all that destruction shit, hang on to
The
people's cars.
destruction.
It looks very fun, man. I feel like there's something that we can all hop on and have some fun.
This looks real fun. I mean,
The characters look unique too, right? Like the art style stands out.
uh,
It kind of looks like Fortnite mixed with Rocket League, to be honest, but in a good way.
yeah,
You know,
this looks great. You've seen a lot of destruction here, particle effects.
the lights,
These man.
all the lighting,
Yeah.
and like different sources of light. I mean,
Alright.
yeah. Sony's bringing the heat, man.
Yeah, this looks fun.
What's the next one? Oh, this one. Kana.
This looks great to me.
Yeah, I think that it's like a nice. Kind of reminds me of like back in like the PlayStation 2 era when you'd find like random little games like this.
Yes, right on, exactly.
Yeah, like I miss those like third party random little games that like had their own little style and they told their own story. Like I that's kind of like why I fell in love with like Ico and Shadow of the Colossus because it was like their own little studios and no, they were like big studios, but they were like doing these little projects that like were artistically enticing, you know? Like this looks
Exactly.
very pixely but cute and like it looks kind of like a good adventure game. I feel like this is a game that I'll look forward to, even though it's kind of like out of the norm. Oh, this is the one I was kind of like telling you guys I'm not getting. This is all ET, man.
Huh?
This is all ET. This is all you, man.
Maybe it's the fear that
The volcano
I'll
high.
never be as good as what I
Real
imagined.
quick.
When
Actually,
I'm
it
still
kinda does
just
look
standing on the
interesting.
edge.
I don't even know what
Yeah.
it's about, but I like what they're
But
talking
if we've
about.
got nothing else
What about the like? I mean,
like
if
the animation.
the animation's very cool. I just feel like I can't watch this. I can't play this. I thought it was maybe I'll wait to see gameplay. But
You don't
right
like
now it doesn't have my interest. It just feels like a high school like I would enjoy this if it would have came out while I was in high school, you know? Cuz it's just like you grow out of those things like when you were in high school you'd watch all those like animes about like the high schooler like fucking everyone up and it's like no, not anymore. Like now you want more mature stuff. You kind of grow up with it.
Maybe
You want to be a little dinosaur?
Nah, you don't want to be a little dinosaur. Not the land before its time. Oh well, what about Oddworld? That's a price.
I don't know. I fuck. I actually never. I played it. I played it before, but I never fucking beat it.
Never. Yeah. Well, I mean, what do you think about the trailer? Like the way they made it look like his journey was gonna be, one of saving his people. Like it looks like an interesting journey. I'm down to play it. The gameplay looks fun. Chaotic as
Sure, look
fuck. I don't know
insane.
what's going on. Shit. But yeah, like the story was very compelling the way it's being told, like every life you save matters and that he has to find his boys and you see him like cut the freaking things off his mouth and it's just like, oh, that looks so gruesome. But it's interesting. I haven't seen much of Oddworld. I played them here and there, but I'm not like super knowledgeable of the lore and stuff like that. But it does look like an interesting game. We're keeping an eye out for that one or not?
I mean, hey, as long as fucking trailers and gameplays look promising, I think it's worth taking a look into.
Yeah, I mean,
The only thing that worries me is like I hope we don't need to know like much of the Oddworld lore, you know, because there's a couple of few games behind, you know, that they've
Yeah, that they've had.
quite a selection, yeah. So like, what if like fuck, I don't fucking know most of this world, but we'll see.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think it's one of those to keep an eye out for, and yeah, I hope that like the first thing that would sell it for me is if we need to know anything about the lore. If they just say no, I'm down. I'm down.
Yeah, I think so. If they, I think that's what they should be doing.
What about like I think this is Ghostwire or what's the
Tokyo Ghost? No, I don't know.
Ghostwire Tokyo.
yeah, Ghostwire Tokyo.
This looks great.
So I think you were saying you've been waiting for this one, Tori?
Oh yeah, man. Very dystopian, modern, horror-ish kind of urban Japan setting.
Feel like spiritual too at the same time. Feel like
Yeah.
Fight.
I mean,
when
it's
others won't.
fucking beautiful, dude. Like,
Yeah.
it's beautiful in a worrying way.
looks
It's
kind of
up
like
to you to
trippy,
save
too.
Tokyo.
Yeah, and then like the superhero, like the superpowers coming in was kind of like interesting. Those guys, like the Oni guys, are fucking dope. I hope they expand on them.
Yeah, those guys look insane right there.
Oh,
Oni
like
mask.
Slenderman and shit. Yeah, the Oni mask guys. You have like the guys with no faces, and how the guy catches his friend. This is fuck in midair.
Oh yeah, and the motorcycle.
Yeah.
Sounds insane.
That like when we were watching that, I was like, oh shit. All right, I mean, it's a game about fighting supernatural beasts with superpowers. What else can you say?
Yeah, this is great.
yeah.
The motorcycle catch, man. Yeah, we're waiting on Ghostwire. I think that Tori's been waiting for it a little bit longer than us.
Yeah, man. Since last year, or maybe 2 years ago. I don't
2
think
years. Damn,
it
man.
was when they revealed it.
They did that to you. Which one's this one? Oh yeah, the planet one where you're like an orbital ship and you send like your probe and everything. I can skip that one.
Oh, another indie studio. Like these guys, Super Brothers, they make like little tiny
Godfall.
indie games.
Oh,
Like,
Hitman. That's Hitman. The one
where
thing
you
that
at?
we're on Hitman.
What happened? Did you skip something?
I skipped I skipped Solar Ash by accident. Cause I skipped Godfall because we're probably not really
What
gonna
a
get it.
disappointment! What a disappointment!
It kind of looks like, you know what upsets me about this game? It looks like that art you see on the phone, like on your phone all the time, where they're trying to sell you
Mobile
this,
games.
like, yeah, like this amazing next level gen graphics mobile game, and it's
Yeah.
this piece of shit game that you just gotta click on little buttons and do things. But yeah, Solar Ash is the next one.
Real
It's the one,
generic looking,
this one.
generic character designs. Oh yeah.
I mean, just the color itself stands out.
Waste of
like,
money, Sony. Waste of money. This looked amazing. So I don't know if you guys ever played Hyper Light Drifter. Same studio, another
No.
indie studio would make a top-down game, pixelated game, and now they're doing this. Another studio stepping it up.
Mm. So I think it's safe to say that it's a cop for you.
I gotta see a little bit more gameplay, but it's definitely got my attention. He definitely got my attention after Hyper Light Drifter. This looks insane. I mean, the theme of this whole Crestbombs, every game looks unique.
Yeah, I mean, I think that the presentation really did a good job at highlighting different aspects of each game. Like you have how fast-paced Ratchet and Clank was, and then you see like them slow down with like Solar Ash. Now you're seeing it kind of like move fast. But you had like Gran Turismo kind of slow down, and they showed us kind of their technology and how good ray tracing looked. Even though I feel like all the streams were kind of, I don't think you were able to find like a 4K one.
That's cool. That's good.
But yeah, Solar Ash, I think it's interesting and has a new, familiar, like it has like a new yet familiar way of showing us the world. Like I feel like I've seen this world before, but it feels new. You know, like I feel like we've visited this game world before. It feels very familiar, but I like what they're doing. I like that like the white goddess looking thing that just like sends them into a different like basically destroys them in one bitch slap. I'm down for it. It looks very interesting and yeah. I mean, what about you, T? You like the colors? Anything that sticks out to you?
Fine. But
It's
it
fine.
looks like it's like you said. It looks like you've seen. I look like I've seen this art design before. Maybe it was by the same people, possibly. Um, but I mean it. I mean I don't know. It's still too early to tell. Like it's. I don't have enough yet.
Yeah.
But I mean visually it's interesting. I mean I think yeah. I mean I think let alone like I don't. You could definitely buy a game just for the aesthetic,
Yeah.
But nowadays like I want to see more though,
Yeah, so right now we're kind of waiting more information for it. We want to see the actual gameplay. It's where I feel like we're at, right? That
Yeah,
for
I mean that's why I
this.
don't really get too hyped about like these showcase. Kind of like, well, fuck. I mean, I don't want to get too hyped. Like I'll wait until I
I don't
see
know,
like,
man. I feel like you got pretty hyped.
oh, for Horizon. Well, fuck. I mean, who fucking did it?
Are we talking about Hitman?
I might give it a go. This one looks unique. This one looks pretty interesting.
Yeah, I mean it's 47. You know,
Well,
killing
get to that
people.
gameplay, man. I want to see that. Get that shot of the
I
clouds.
like that shot right there.
That one.
It's gonna get to the gameplay. Right there. This is the part you wanted to see.
It's not there yet. I think we're behind. Here we go. Like, yeah, get to the. Oh my goodness, right there, man. Those clouds. My
Right.
God. Look at that. Oh man.
Yeah, I like how there's so many grays and different tones to it. You know, you see the skyscrapers in the background.
Jeez.
Man, I
That
wonder
looks
who the fuck
insane.
you're gonna
Dubai.
take out. Yeah, Dubai.
Yeah,
Dude.
actually looks nice. Looks like a fucking fort, like fucking like you're literally in the fucking like a sky island or something.
Yeah, man. You're in Colombia.
That was
Jesus.
Yeah, man.
That's actually my favorite shot of the whole
Trailer?
game.
Yeah. I think for me, I like how they did this. Like the reveal.
And that one too.
Yeah, that one.
With
the red and the blue. Yeah. He looks badass. I mean, it's fucking Hitman. You know what you're.
Alright.
Yeah. Like honestly, I think that's one of those games where like you can only talk on it if you've been playing it for hours. Because I just think everyone that plays it and is a fan of it knows what they're getting.
You think they might do something new though?
I mean, I played their like the new Hitman ones they're doing, which is like this the third one for it, and I mean it's fun. You get to kill like your target however the fuck you want. Like there's so many ways and creative ways to do it. It's just like for me, it's one of those arcade. To me, it feels like an arcade game, you know. But I know it has a lot of fans, and I feel like, yeah, I'm down to play it. It's fucking highly detailed. I feel like the environment is amazing. You guys were pointing out the clouds, and yeah, I feel like it's a world I really want to explore and kind of like take my time playing.
I want to fucking just feel like an assassin.
Yeah, put on your trench coats and start taking people out, bro.
Fucking plan your whole shit out.
Oh, this part got Tori, man. This part got Tori. Tori was like, "Hold on, are you serious?" Tori was like, at the PlayStation button when you're like,
oh yeah, I was like, wait, if some PlayStation was gonna happen.
I mean,
press your PS button, your controller, like, okay, something gonna happen if I get something for free.
You're gonna
game drops.
Game drops, if only. I don't know about Astro's Playroom. I'm not really. Oh, this one. Hold on. Little Devils.
Oh yeah, this looked. Vanessa, have you seen this game yet?
Probably did.
This looks really interesting.
Oh yeah. I remember seeing this one.
It's like The Witcher, but like in a cartoonish way, you know?
Like fucking Legend of Zelda's kind of cartoon
Kind
one
of.
another.
But look at this moment right here. I feel like that's how the combat is gonna be, right?
I like how this kid's facial expressions always dressed and change.
Yeah. It fucking has a grenade and shit. Like, dude, it just looks really fucking interesting how like all the little characters are designed in their own unique ways. Fucking penguins in the Saharas. The bear. We're about to get to and then like the grass details, man. Look at the backgrounds. Everything just stands out. It's so nice.
Yeah. Foliage looks great.
When that when the boys out on adventuring and the other guys just chilling, bro. My boy jumps into a giant hole and drops a bomb.
Yeah, this looks great.
Yeah, I mean, it's it looks like its own art style, and I think like we're talking about how it kind of reminded us like The Witcher, but like in a cartoonish little way, and I think that yeah, I'm all for it, and I heard that it's actually local co-op, so it's something that I might play with my girl and see if she's interested in it, but the cartoonish figures say yeah, she'll probably like it. UET, what's your thoughts on Little Devils inside?
No, it looks interesting. I mean, looks good enough where I wanted to learn more. I like probably follow more on it. It looks like the worlds are very diverse, and that they have like a lot of unique character or like animal designs.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think that like when me and Tori were first watching it, we just lost our shit because it looks so interesting and unique. I don't think I've seen anything quite like this.
Like it looks like we're
Uh,
gonna have some pretty interesting boss battles, perhaps.
oh fuck yeah! I mean, look at the Cheshire Cat thing.
Right.
There's like
So
monkeys, the guy taking a dump. But yeah, it's something to keep an eye out.
I want I want to see how that what's the old guy about? Like what's those? Like are we gonna actually play the old guy or what?
I think the old guy is like what's it called? Like he's the guild master or something. Because I think that the whole point is that you're an adventurer when you're doing these missions. So yes, he's kind of like The Witcher. Oh man, 2K. I mean, 2K is just a sweat.
No, this you can fucking skip. Fucking cares about this.
Tori,
Hey.
this that the face Tori gets.
Shit, that's me playing Sekiro today. Finally beat the last boss. I died like at least
Oh, what about this
100
one?
times.
The Bug Island one.
I
So
don't
like
know,
Snack
man.
Island.
Oh, skip that, man. It's just
It looked.
it's unique. Concept is unique, but visually it's kind of underwhelming. But yeah, go ahead, skip on that.
I feel like I said, if I was a little younger, maybe. It doesn't look
Um,
wrong. It doesn't look bad. It looks interesting. It just I don't know what they're going for. And it's not always bad. Who's this? Oh, yeah, Demon Soul. I
Yeah,
mean,
that was a pretty impressive. So,
this one looked beautiful.
you
We need more
Jeez.
remakes like this.
gonna play it?
Yeah, why not?
Have you played any of these? You said you played Dark Souls, right?
I played all the Dark Souls, Bloodborne. This is the only one I haven't played.
Alright, yeah, man. Well, you and Esther, you ever played any of these like super hard games?
but I just like
Yeah,
saying
Vision.
that I fucking Fallen Order, like how much I enjoyed it. And it had like a Dark Souls kind of
Nah, man, that's
Oh,
not
not even
nah.
close, yeah.
Not even.
Oh man.
But yeah,
Yeah,
Blue Point Game killed it with that Demon Souls though. You were talking
yeah,
about it, how like it was rumored.
yeah. Leaks were right. Leaks were spot on. I
All
was
right,
hoping they were doing Metal Gear though, but whatever.
yeah. But I mean, before we interrupted ET comparing Jedi Fallen Order to Demon Souls.
well, I didn't say a full comparison. I'm just saying they had some elements of it.
Yeah.
Oh
I
yeah,
mean,
it definitely
So
did.
like enough for me. I'm like I might actually check out more fucking like Dark Souls or like what's that
I'll
one
say,
samurai one?
Sekiro, man.
Neo.
Yeah, or like one of those games.
I would
Oh,
say
that's
try
good.
yeah, or Bloodborne. Bloodborne's a little bit more fast paced than
Bloodborne's harder.
Demon Form. No, it's easier.
Nah, Bloodborne's definitely harder than Sekiro.
Oh, well, really?
Yeah, because I mean, I
Damn,
got through Sekiro. I could not get through Bloodborne at all.
damn, man. I feel like it might be the opposite way for me.
You play Sekiro? You liked it?
I like haven't played it at all, man. I've been like waiting on a sale. Oh, the one that what they call this one? We were hyped for this one.
Oh, Ernesto, did you see this game?
I've seen the
Oh,
whole.
but
I've seen the full
yeah,
stream.
dude, the art style, man, the like '70s kind of reminds me of our Guy Ritchie a bit.
Yeah, I mean, I think for me it just looks fucking interesting because it looks kind of like what's it called? Dishonored.
Yeah,
It's
same
made by the
guys.
same people, yeah. It's made by the same people, but it also reminds me kind of like the first Fallout, you know? Like the weapons look very, not Fallout, very Bioshock, in a way.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then you have the superpowers where this guy is basically just Dishonored, to be honest. But yeah,
Oh wow. That's fucking first move. Is fucking fun.
oh, oh, dual wield. Ah, you're dead. How many times do you think it's gonna take you guys to actually beat the game though? If it's always like rebooting.
I don't know. I just hope the music is just as good as this as the trailer.
I mean, I hope it's not like, you know, like this is only the trailer. I hope it's in the game itself.
Yeah.
Are they gonna explore? I wonder if they're gonna explore why there's a loop, because the whole point is to break it, right?
Yeah.
I wonder if they're gonna explore that. And like, I wonder if that you and the other person, like the person hunting you down, remembers like everything that happens, you know?
Juliana Blake, Black Reef's protector, and a real pain in my ass. She may kill me a million times,
Female power.
but eventually, inevitably, I will break this fucking loop.
All right. You
Yeah,
can go to the next one. Yeah, you can go to the next
that's
game
what
now.
I think we're waiting for it. We all said yes on that one.
Yeah, looks great. Deathloop.
Oh, Village. What do you guys think of Village?
Ooh. Happy that Square Enix for made
No,
that
no,
what was
no,
it?
no. Capcom.
Who makes Capcom? Yeah, Capcom. Not sticking to remakes and remasters, whatever. Now they're making something new.
I mean, it
No, we're
says
not
it.
new, but
With that RE engine.
Yeah, yeah, it
yeah, I
is.
think it's lit.
It is the RE engine. They're doing it first person though.
Like the last one.
Yeah. I mean, I'm all for it. The last one wasn't bad. Uh, it's interesting. The Baker family. Oh, I mean, it's always interesting when you're fighting hillbillies in the, you know, they're trying to kill you in the marshes. Just wondering how he didn't die with that. You know, when I saw the trailer, I was thinking that it was gonna be another Evil Within,
Uh-huh.
and I was thinking like, you know, if it's another one, I'm down for it. But then I kind of saw that they weren't showing really any of the crazy stuff that happens in the Evil Within, and I'm like, it's Resident Evil.
You ever
My
played the second one? You with
yeah,
it?
yeah, it was pretty fun. I think the second one's a little bit better, honestly, than the first one. Oh, a lot better. Damn, bro, that boy's gonna turn into a werewolf. That's Ethan right there. $5 says Chris ain't the bad guy.
Probably. Yeah, it's probably a safe bet.
We were like, what the fuck is Village, bruh? Oh, this one was trippy.
Fucking shot him.
What do you think about this one, ET? I feel like this was more down your alley, sci-fi.
Uh, yeah, for some reason that reminds me of like fucking like the this armor. Fuck, what's that one? Dead Space.
Yeah, Dead Space.
It reminds me of fucking that armor, but I mean, I don't know. We didn't
Like
see
we
any
don't know
gameplay.
anything. Yeah, we didn't see anything out of it, but
Or I don't know, like no context either. I'm just like I don't
we
know
don't
what's
know what's
going
going
on.
on. Yeah, but the game itself looks very fucking interesting. Like, you know what I thought when I saw like their interaction? It kind of like reminded me of like the Big Daddy
Yeah, I can see that.
and how he's protecting
Yeah.
like the little sister. And I was like, imagine Bioshock in the fucked up area like this.
Bioshock in space.
Dude, and it's like when the satellite comes in crashing, you're like, what the fuck is happening, right? Like, it's crazy. It's just shit happening all over the place. I wonder if this is like, if there's any gameplay throughout this, or if it's all CG.
Who's the developer?
Tori?
I don't know.
No, you don't know.
I
I called
was
upon you.
For some reason I was like, who the fuck is this? Is that Kojima's like fucking studio?
Nah.
Yeah, I thought it was. I thought
Was it?
for some reason Kojima's new game.
Did you? I was like for some reason I'm getting Kojima vibes, but
Pragmata.
like I doubt it, because obviously he's barely just.
Isn't there a game in this show that was by Kojima?
Nah.
Is he working on something already?
Oh, this is by Capcom.
Yeah.
This is actually by Capcom. Yeah.
Especially because he's in
Whoa.
space too, right? Like, because that whole lunacy, what's that thing called? The lunatic? Well, I forgot.
All right, I think we're.
Man, they said no time soon, pretty much.
Yeah.
It's been
Wait.
delayed.
I think that when we saw this trailer for Horizon 2, man, we were losing our shit. I mean,
It was fucking Horizon. I was like, fuck, like, what is this? Like,
I thought Uncharted for a second, then we heard Alloy start talking, and we're like, yeah, it's Horizon.
bruh, they fucking.
I mean, the ocean looks amazing, dude. Like
look how
underwater.
pristine it looks.
Yeah, we're gonna be underwater now. Shoot, like underwater.
Look at the fucking.
Machines?
Look at this, man. Like the freaking animals, the little hairs.
No, is this in game? This is CG though.
This CG, definitely CG.
Yeah, it's CG. So.
Or
this
what if it
fucking,
isn't though?
Nah.
What if this how
I mean,
it looks
that
like?
could, that could be an
It's
engine
probably
maybe.
cinematic.
This could be an engine maybe. Nah, it's gotta be maybe. Nah, it's gotta be
This
maybe
voice.
an engine. It's
There's
not
so
in
many.
game for sure.
Oh man, that like turtle thing is fucking amazing, dude. Like the design in these monsters.
Oh, man, you guys played that fucking last DLC? Man, you guys fucking fought bears. Those fucking little bitches to play.
Oh yeah, I hate those things.
Yeah, man. I mean, from
This
Horizon.
bitch.
Oh my bad. Yeah, we get like an underwater level. We got a lot. We see San Francisco.
Yo, that tripped me out, man.
The
Like
the dragon.
what? We on the West Coast.
That's us.
San Francisco.
Go to Oakland.
It would be hella funny if you like look over and Oakland's like the same shit. It's like no one fucked with Oakland.
Shoot, Aloy used to go to go down the bar.
Yeah.
Still homeless people in there.
Go to the hood. Like, oh man, you guys really got fucked over by the reset. Huh? Like,
Nah,
what
this
the
was
fuck
before.
is that?
What?
There goes that
What
full
is you
line.
saying? Damn, man.
Oh man, and there's more, right? Because what was that? Was that what did he capture? Was it Hayden?
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
gonna be
he's-
more.
There's
So
more.
now there are people who can use that ability that she has and stuff. And
Well, I mean, if you think about it, it wasn't anything special. She just like
Yeah.
found one of the like freaking little echoes, and it showed her how to do it. I mean, the
our
war
world.
elephants, man, it's crazy.
It's our world, but yet it looks so fucking different, you know? Like, just the overgrown terrain, different like all these different, mechanical, creatures. Man, I wonder
Yeah,
see
man.
what they do next, and the environments they have is just completely unique.
Yeah, I mean, Gorilla killed it, man. They like, I want to play it. There's
I mean,
Go on.
No, I mean, if we're judging anything from the last game, dude, I'm happy. I'm fucking hyped, man. They fucking made a solid ass game out of Horizon.
Yeah, I mean, like we talk about that transition. I mean, look at this fucking shop, man. It it like highlights all the colors, different textures. Uh, I hope this is in game. I wish this is in game.
Dude,
It's
I
fucking
mean, because
beautiful.
I wouldn't count. I wouldn't say. I wouldn't count it against it because even from like the last game, like there was fucking beautiful fucking like imagery, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
No, yeah. It's a very detailed world, and I think you can lose yourself in it. It's very immersive.
Yeah.
I feel Aloy. They showed
Good
her.
character.
Yeah, she's a good character. They showed her evolve and grow. Ross is a really fucking good supporting character, even though he's with us for so little. Like he's not with us for long. Um, I think that Aloy's journey will be one to follow. I can't wait to see what they do with her. I
It's
like her
still
outfit. She looks kind of like like I mean, obviously it's Native American, but like more to what we're used to. And like you said, it's our world. It's just overgrown and like it's in the future, which is cool. They did like futuristic cowboys and Indians, which I hope they do the cowboys next. It'd be cool to have
yeah,
a gunslinger pop up.
it's crazy.
Nah.
It's a dystopian world, but yet it's fucking everyone's primitive, you know. So
Mhm.
it's a very interesting contrast, and I want to see more. I want to see like right now we got a different like glimpses of like different tribes. Um, like those reminded me of my. I mean, because like the Sun King or the Sun like city, they were more like Aztecs, right? Or
Yeah, they
Yeah.
they took off with different like Native Americans, but yeah, the Sun guys were more like Aztecs.
yeah, these were like we got some Mayan looking ones right here. So it's yeah, dude, I want to see what they're doing next, man. The
Damn,
different
man.
creatures
If
they have.
if Horizon gives me a moment where someone gets their heart cut out of their beating, like their beating heart cut out of their chest, like that's pretty much it, man. Like that's game of the
What?
fucking decade for me.
Why
And
would they show
that's
something sick like
Fucking
that?
cause they're Native Americans, man. They did it in the past, they can do it now.
They're not Native Americans, man. They're just native, dude. Come on now.
Shut up. They're
White
natives.
Native Americans, hell no.
Okay, well
um,
they're native people,
Yeah, that's
what would
all.
you call it?
They're
hunter
just native people.
gatherers.
They just restarted.
We're
They went back to
natives. They're
natives.
natives
Like
in
they're
America.
yeah.
We're
But
going
their
back to
traditions moved saved over from what they used to be. So it's just yeah.
well, I mean it's
Hunter
They're
gatherers,
messed
right?
up.
tribal.
Yeah.
I would think we would just call them tribal,
Or
like tribe.
antiquity. Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean like yeah, it's interesting to see all this it's interesting to me that this is where we went to. Like
And some of these tribes are still repeating it, you know? Like it's not exactly like Aztecs, but yet like I guess someone who's primitive would still interpret, like the world that they're interacting with as and create a whole religion out of it. And
hold on, not only that though, but like you're asking me why we would see that. Like in the first game, the guy literally told her turn to the fucking sun so he could kill her. Like that's some primal shit, and I feel like if we're gonna do stuff like that, why not go full primal? Like,
That's,
eh,
it just feels like that's not that something like ripping someone's heart out. That's not like a theme of the game. Like this is a
it
kid
doesn't
friendly
have to.
game.
Nah, man, it doesn't have
Come
to
on
be a
now.
theme of it. It could just be a moment, and it's not a kid-friendly game.
Nah.
Let's be honest.
Yeah, it is.
It
What's it
should.
rated?
It's what was it, teen?
Yeah, it'd be rated a lot differently if you see someone's heart. Like you don't see no blood in the game.
what
Hey
about if
man,
it's a mechanical heart?
hey man,
It's a play
Yeah,
exactly.
on
mechanical heart would be
it's a
cool. Not
play
no real heart. I want
it's
to
a
talk about some real
play
hearts.
it's a play
I
on
want a real.
Nah, that's
ah
You
come on now, man.
sacrifice them to the sun gods.
Nah, man, you're doing too much now.
and
Nah, man, it's not. If it happens in the
uh
game, I will come back to this moment where I was doubted. And if it
yeah
doesn't, well, it didn't happen. Shit.
uh-huh
There's no blood in the first game, man. Come on, you gonna go from no blood to dripping like cutting a heart out, an actual heart out? I can see off camera,
Yeah,
but not on
probably.
camera.
Did
Yeah.
they didn't show any blood, you sure?
No, man. Yeah,
They,
you think there's some blood? Like it did. It's very brief. It's not a bloody game, man. Like you hit people with that spear, no blood comes out of them.
Uh-huh
he's like it's like Batman when he decapit. I mean, he breaks people's fucking bones and shit. And like when you scan them with detective mode, it's like, oh no, they're still alive.
Why
It's
hasn't he got
fine.
up like in 3 days? That guy's been unconscious for that long.
Hey, bro, you hit him with your car. You hit him with your goddamn car. It's like, come on, man.
And,
But
and but and it's like what's fascinating too is the story. Like there's so much shit that's happened, and we still don't really understand what's still out there. What's really like all these other like what would you call Hades? These like these programs? What were they?
AI, artificial intelligence.
Uh huh.
yeah, I
Like,
mean, it sounds like kind of like a virus.
but in a way, people were worshiping them, right?
Yeah, and I mean, I think that's where I. Oh well, before that, I would want to say something where it's like I love how they use the echoes to like create holograms. Like in the trailer, you see the dragon, like the
Uh huh.
Chinese dragon, and it's like
Yeah.
I like how they use that to like kind of show us something that if we were talking about like back in the day, like old school native tribes and all that, you would have like these stories of like these demons or like monsters that appeared. But it's like with Alloy, you're able to see these. Well, instead of like going to the supernatural, they go the technology way of like showing us an actual dragon floating around, and it's like I feel like they can play like they could play with the technology so much that they can make whatever the fuck they want, and it's
And
like
uh huh.
it's amazing, man. Like the way they fucking make that dragon appear, it's just like uh, that's fucking right there, man. That's a fucking screenshot that like you want right there.
It reminds me of the Avatar, fucking
Roku.
dragon. No,
Av-
no, the drag. Remember the
yeah,
dragon?
yeah, Avatar Roku's dragon, or the dragon dance
The
at the
dragon
Sun
dance
Temple.
episode. Right.
Yeah, where
Um.
they do the like they gotta show them the dance, and if the dragons didn't like it, they would kill them.
Yeah, and then like fucking have these flames on fire, like rainbow fucking fires and shit.
Yeah, I mean we're doing the Avatar one tomorrow, man. But yeah, today we're doing the PS5. You were saying about
Um.
Horizon?
Well, yeah. What I was saying. Um.
Like that you were talking about the story and how a lot of things have happened,
Yeah, you have all these.
like
You're gonna have
tribes.
all these tribes based on like these AIs and how they interpret, you know, the religion around it. Um, and I think it's interesting what this game really brings it like what makes you realize how when people were like in like hunters and gatherers era, these social relationships really did matter. You know, like these social contracts that we make with other people really do matter, and they hold a lot of weight. You know, like people's honor, people's ethics and stuff like that, as compared to today where it's kind of I think people don't give it a second thought as much. You know, and people paid more attention to the technology as opposed to here. The technology is important, but that's not, but not as important as these social relationships that these characters have.
Yeah, and I agree. I mean, I think that's something that Horizon did a good job on is acknowledging the importance of a tribe and like rules and honor. Honestly, it like really talk nailed home that like honor is something that sometimes you got to challenge because Alloy, she did things that the tribe would see as dishonorable. And like one of the characters I really fucking hated was the guy that like when you clear the gate of the first infector, like the when you clear the gate and the guy's like, "Oh, like what are you doing here, outsider?" And like we're not gonna listen to you. Who are you? It's like, bruh, I just killed the monster that you guys let in through the fucking gate. Show me some respect. Like it's just and she was a brave at that point. She was appointed by them to be like what was it, a specter? Like she was like she can go and do whatever fuck she want. Uh, and it's like all these people are disrespecting her. It's like I get it, like that's the story, but it's like Alloy's story is one of like where Ross is just like sometimes like these are the customs you gotta follow, but she always questioned them like why don't they look at us like why do they like shame us when we're like not different than them? We're Allo's journey's always been interesting to me because she didn't have anything to prove, but she still felt like she was meant to do more, and she wanted to find her identity. That's like her whole thing. She wanted to know why she was abandoned when like all the other kids weren't. And I think that they drove the nail home that like it didn't really matter where she was coming from. It just mattered like what she did and who she helped and like how she impacted the world that she lived in, you know?
Uh-huh. Yeah, I think
And
it she had to be an outsider because like I think that's what made her feel different, you know? Like gave her that
yeah,
outside perspective. Like she didn't get like she wasn't included in the tribe. So she was always questioning like, man, like you hold up these traditions and these codes, but yet this fucking tribe fucking hates us. You know, like I don't understand this. Uh,
yeah, yeah,
right? Because Ross
yeah.
was like, oh, he was banished too in a certain way, right?
Yeah, and I think that like what I like too is that even though Ross was Spanish, they would like the tribesmen would pay him respect, you know? Like it just felt like he was a character that the tribe once I feel like once you have everyone's respect, it's hard to lose it even when, you know, they're telling people not to talk to you, you know? Because it's like Ross kind of like it felt like he carried his weight around, and obviously he took care of like the tribe's problems because he was telling Alloy like, oh, like we're going outside, and like it's gonna be dangerous out there, you know, like he's been out there, he's obviously doesn't he doesn't talk to anyone like, and I feel like he doesn't talk to anyone in the tribe, and it's just like every time that like he talked to Alloy, it was about like the honor and like the respect of the tribe. You know, like they hold their like you were saying, it's like a social contract, and they hold their word, and like everything they say holds weight. And I feel like there's a game that made that feel like we were talking about Days Gone earlier, and I feel like this is something that had a driving force pushing the narrative to keep moving forward, but at the same time, like Aloy's actions were interesting enough for us to like be like, yeah, we want more, you know? Like everything she was doing impacted the world and her tribe, and like the more you went with the game, the deeper her tribe was involved in what was going on, you know?
Uh huh.
I feel like we lost that boy Tori.
No, I'm just waiting for you, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, I really liked how she was like pretty much like an atheist. She's the only one that questions things. Um, Everyone just takes everything for face value. There, like they hear of like they'll hear like an AI that was like say there's a restaurant that served like pancakes, and they're like, oh, pancakes to God or something. Like, oh, can't you imagine what these pancakes were? They were just what the gods used to do, or and she always questioned things like, I don't think that's the way it works. Um, that's what I liked about her. Also, from like an art style standpoint, at any point in this game, you can look at the NPCs and they all look like unique and vibrant, man. That art style is ridiculous. The whole like tribal tech thing going. Uh, the entire game, any NPC in the world you can look at and like you're kind of taken away.
yeah, man. Yeah, I agree. Every character looked unique. I love the way they did different tribes too.
The
I
Sun
mean,
King, man. Fucking
oh
armor
yeah,
they had.
dude,
Oh,
for
Yeah.
real.
like what was one like tribe that you liked or like
Mm, you wanna go first, Tori?
I don't know if I remember all the tribes. I like the one they were like the blacksmiths.
Oh, what's it fucking called? Uh,
starts with an O or no?
the it's with a C. I fucking forgot. But for me, I would say the berserkers that came in and fucked everyone up.
Bastards.
I mean, they came in with the red armor, bro. They went in. They knew what they came for. They fucked everyone up. You know, I think that like the fact that there's other people controlling oh the Oseram were the enemies you were talking about. Those are the ones with the
Yeah, yeah,
armors. The
yeah. That's
Oserams, the Karja,
The
and you
Death
got the
Discern.
Netenak, the Otaru. Oh, the Otaru were interesting. Yeah, but
Uh-huh.
I think that like it'd be interesting to like know that there's other people reprogramming machines because it's like now they can send an army after you, you know? it's not just you that can like control a fucking T-Rex and send them into a camp. It's like they can do that shit to you.
Yeah.
One particular tribe has a really unique ass fucking creature that's fucking hella OP possibly.
Oh, dude, the fucking like the one that like has that
What?
backpack, the like T-Rex looking motherfucker.
Where is
That's
it?
oh like the what was it? Horizons. It was like the Thunderclaw. No, the Thunderclaw was the like the flying one, right?
Uh, which one are you talking about? The machine, right? Which one again?
Yeah, the Thunderjaw. Thunderjaw.
Is that the dinosaur one?
Yeah, the dinosaur one with the like the fucking lasers and shit.
Oh yeah.
That
Those
guy.
weren't too bad. The ones I didn't fucking like were the fucking the ones that can dig and they keep
Oh yeah,
going. Those are fucking annoying, man. These aren't too bad. I think you hit them on the fucking side. They drop their
the
I take off the
guns.
tail first, yeah, and then you take off their machine guns, the lasers, and then just fucking slingshot them out.
Yeah, I mean I think there's one in particular that's like the giant one.
There's
That's
yeah. Where you were doing the fucking like hunting thing, hunting lodge with that one chick, right?
yeah, I think so. Uh, I think I hate the saber tusks.
Uh huh.
The those are fucking annoying. But yeah, like
Dude, the
is there
mechanics
anything?
are so fucking fluid, man. I don't even think they
Yeah, they
messed with
were.
the fucking
Yeah, they were.
mechanics. Fuck, that shit was
Weapons.
like the jumping, everything. What were you saying?
Oh
The
no,
weapons.
yeah. The weapons felt unique and like I mean sure everyone's had a bow and arrow before, but like we've never shot it at a fucking machine dinosaur, you know?
Bruh, I would do it. You know how there's like that power up where you can if you slow down time when you jump.
Yeah,
So I'll use my first slow down ones and I jump and then I'm constantly just jumping all the time to get my
this
fucking
boy.
slow down.
He just
Oh,
rode
Get all
around like a jumping beam, bro, all over the
make
screen.
make all those shots count, you know?
All of them though. You gotta
Fucking
fucking drop them though.
and then the more you learn too, the more how do you know how to like disassemble a certain creature. Hella like they used to be hella hard, but when you say have certain arrows, they know like specific areas where to kill them. Like the green ones, it was flammable, right? So you use fucking flames, and that shit would fucking kill them hella quick.
Yeah, I think that they incorporated elements into the machines pretty well. Like I wouldn't really see that fire being a weakness to like, a shelled monster, but it works and they did a pretty good job at it. But yeah, I mean, those are our takes, man. I think Horizon is gonna
West
too.
Horizon West something.
Yeah,
Uh huh.
what was it? Horizon Westworld or whatever.
Far West.
Far West, yeah. You're right. My boy with the names. But yeah, I think that's gonna be a cop out for sure, right?
Fuck yeah, hell yeah. Day one, day
Day one,
zero. Shit.
day zero.
Um,
You're like, give me that shit earlier. I mean,
um,
overall, this presentation could be summed up to like a lot of indie studios coming out, and obviously Sony delivering the heavy hitters with Ratchet and Clank, Horizon, Spider-Man,
those
and
are the
then
staple games, yeah.
yeah, I mean I legit wanted God of War, but we didn't get it. It's too early. Tori was
Can't
talking shit.
Okay,
believe that.
okay.
Can't believe that.
What's the main game out of the main game for you, you guys
Out of this
individually?
whole game. Damn, it's a hard one. There was a lot of good games.
Right.
It's literally Little Devils to me just stands out so much. And if it's a co-op, like even if it's just local co-op, it's something that I feel like after the quarantine, everyone should just get. If you're gonna stay indoors and be safe, play that game if it's co-op. And it looks fun. It looks like something I can like put a lot of hours into and have fun with. It looks impressive. It literally, I think that and Ratchet, but I'll give you guys a chance to talk.
There you go, Tori.
Um, so many good games here. So many.
You
Of course,
have
Miles Morales. I wasn't
uh
expecting that at all. Juan kept saying Spider-Man. I'm like, Juan, man, they're not gonna show Spider-Man.
I told you, Spider-Man. I
Yeah,
told you, Spider-Man.
everyone kept saying Spider-Man, Spider-Man. He said God of War also. I could have told him God of War also, but I mean, Miles game, that's like a dream come true. So, um,
I think,
Horizon, I kind of expected that.
yeah.
That's too easy for me though. I mean, obviously I'd pick that one, but like, as in terms of any new games though,
But well, for me, hold on, was like just like unexpected games um like Juan said, Little Devils, um, and then also what else was there? Deathloop and Ghostwire, just really unique looking. But yeah, that's it.
UET. I mean,
um,
obviously Horizon, but
obviously, yeah, but that'd be too easy though. I
yeah,
mean, but like in terms of like a game, honestly, man, you know what? I'm gonna go with the auto one. I'm gonna go with fucking Hitman. I'm actually kind of interested in
Hitman.
that one. Yeah, I
All right,
feel
all
like
right.
this one looks pretty fun. Like I like what I see.
Yeah, I mean, it looks amazing. I think that everyone's ready for, like I think it's gonna be like that's the game that's gonna test your PS5. It's gonna
Well,
like
so
show us what's
supposedly
ahead.
it's the end of like the that Agent 47's like it's the end of him, right? It's
Well,
like
it's the
the
end of this like tech. Let's call it universe. Like this like the new Hitman series. Like it's gonna be the
uh,
last one of that series. So if they would reboot it or made their own little other spin-off, they could still do that. But I would let the game rest because this it feels like these are really good games and they would lose quality if they just started shitting them out. And it's
that's
like that.
true.
We don't bring that shit around here, okay? Not when Tori, when not Archie's here. When Archie's not here, we
Uh,
can't sh- we can't beat that boy up.
yeah, yeah. Hoping like if it's gonna be their last installment, at least in this particular universe, and I hope they go out with a bang. You know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they can. I don't think there's any way for them to fail. To be honest, the way that the trailer just gives out that aura of like spy, a
There's
secret
something
agent.
about because this like even from like the like its image, usually it's always just Agent 47 standing straight and that's it. That's usually what you get. But like it's interesting, even with like him just having a fucking coat and that's it. But there's something about that image. I'm like, damn, they're doing something kind of.
It adds character.
I mean, it seems like they're finally giving a fuck about something that usually they never would. And I'm like,
Like,
I wonder if that kind of carries over to like the actual gameplay.
yeah, I think that's definitely a thing that we can all attest to that it's gonna be a gameplay thing. Uh, I think that the details that they put and that we were able to see just in that little video that they showed us, it's enough for me to say, yeah, you're right. It's something to keep an eye out for. But yeah, I mean, for me, Little Devils, for you, Hitman, and we got my boy over here with Deathloop and fucking every other game.
Yeah, lots of good stuff.
He said everything. No, honestly, I mean, it was a good show. They showed us a lot of games that got our interest. I think that that's kind of like what they were aiming for, and they succeeded. Uh,
Fucking,
but
fucking Xbox, man. I'm just. What if they fuck up again?
Yeah, they gotta bring the heat. I mean, at least they got Halo's gonna be good. I can't wait for that.
But that's the
But what
thing.
else could they show?
I mean, the thing is, man, it's always gonna be like something like Halo. Like I'm ready for like this new era of new video games. Like
Yeah,
some new shit.
I need my Halo, man. You play Call of Duty every year, man. Give us a Halo. Come on now. Yeah, man. I'm telling you that. I need a Halo. That's Halo. To me, Halo is bigger than anything they showed at the PlayStation event of this. So, but they gotta have more. They gotta give us at least some CGI stuff of what's coming. Something.
Uh huh.
yeah,
Cause yeah, they got a lot. What would you guys score if you had to score this event? What would you guys give it? I give it just about 9.5 or 10, man. Then
it's honestly a 10 to me. It
yeah,
uh, it showed not only what the technology is able to do, but it showed that like Sony is willing to put some money in these independent studios and giving other creators a chance to like tell us their stories and give us their artistic interpretation of their stories they want to tell. I feel like these games are coming out and they're doing something for me that I feel like games kind of like were failing to do lately, which is like just give us a game without a message and like without controversy to push it. it's just like it's a game. These games are being put on the table. They're straight up just like, oh, this is this game. This is this. It's just it's on the table. Just it's a game to be a game and to be enjoyed.
Well, it
Uh,
gets you excited for video gaming, dude. Like, I mean, like I was like after this fucking show, I was like, damn, like, fuck, like there's a lot of games that you want to play, and I haven't felt that way in a while, where they showcase like really good, like interesting games back to back.
what do you guys think about them having two versions of the PlayStation? I know that me and Tori, when we were talking, Tori lost his shit because he was like, "Oh,
Yeah.
how come we beat Xbox?" you know, like he lost his shit because he was like, "Oh, like how did Sony beat Microsoft to the punch of making a console that's digital only?"
shit, so that's the only difference. It doesn't have like a fucking disc
Disk
insert.
drive, yeah, it doesn't have a disk drive. So it basically everything's gonna be downloaded.
Is it cheaper or what?
Yeah.
Uh, is it?
Yeah. I mean, why would it cost the same? It has to be cheaper.
I
I mean,
mean, I don't think we can say that. Yeah, we don't got a price for either of
I know, but it's
them.
gonna be
but
cheaper. I mean, come on, that's the whole point. That's the whole point, right? Or else they wouldn't make it. That's the whole point. Is that it's cheaper.
yeah,
I'd
you're
rather
right.
I'd rather I'd rather have a disc insert and not use it, and
Yeah,
fucking and
then not have it and need it eventually. I don't
uh
know, man. I think that like we're phasing out I mean, like physical media, and like I in one side of the argument, I'm for it, and then the other side, I understand it. Like, if we go all digital, then let's say EMP, that's all our shit gun. It's like it's always more safe. Well, more safe. I can't English right anymore. It's always safer for us to have like a physical copy, and I feel like there's gonna be the purist among us that will continue to buy physical copies no matter what happens if we go over to streaming. With let's be honest, I think Stadia fucking failed that horribly, and I hope people saw that and were like, maybe streaming isn't the way to go. You know, just for now. But yeah, I'm excited. Like you said, it's been a while since I felt this way. I think games
about
has
what?
about gaming. I feel like it has. I haven't been as excited as like you say. Like it makes me look like because we canceled E3 and all these other game cons, and we haven't had many news, and then we get an Xbox event that pretty much said was gonna be a fucking gameplay trailer and no gameplay. Uh, but yeah, it's just we saw new games, new IPs. I feel like it's been a while since we've gotten so many fresh looking games and that
Yeah,
are coming in with new ideas. They're not reboots. They're not like renaming, refranchising. It's something new. They're trying to tell their own stories, and it's little studios that are getting a chance to like come on and hang with the big dogs. And I feel like we needed that. We needed little guys saying like we're here too, and we're able to make like really amazing stories. So you guys got to step your game up, or lose customers to us. Which is what I feel like Sony's saying, that they're gonna be supporting their independent like indies and studios, and trying to like kind of like hog up all the in like what's it called all the exclusives.
right.
Which if you got the money, fuck it, why not?
I mean,
But
because that's the thing, though, right? Because like when like the PlayStation 4 came out, it was just we had to wait for AAA games, right? So there was only like a handful of them that you know about, right?
yeah,
And
uh,
that's the thing, like we get indie games in between those like AAA games,
I think that when we're talking about like indie games and stuff like that, we always got that like cartoonish. We knew it
arcade
was gonna,
games,
yeah, like arcade games. It was like very rare when you would find a game that wasn't cartoonish and that was fun to play. Like that. Like recently we had Maneater, which I don't know if that counts as like an indie, but I feel like stuff like that that's kind of like out of the blue, and that they're playing around with new ideas and concepts. That's kind of like where I want kind of like the gaming industry to go, and that's kind of like why I feel like I can say I can give this show a 10 because that's where they went. They gave us something new, while kind of like showing us a few glimpses of the old stuff. Like Ratchet and Clank was pure nostalgia, and they're banking on nostalgia, but at the same time they're saying, hey, look, we can go into different worlds. There's so many fucking worlds we could bring to your face, and it's gonna be part of the game. You're gonna be switching through dimensions or like portals in the game, and then you have something like Horizon, the Far West, which like we're all fucking blown away by because we knew it was coming. I don't think none of like I don't think any of us was like, oh, we're not getting another Horizon. We knew it was coming, but the fact that it
Matter of
came
when.
this fast, yeah, like it came
Yeah.
this fucking fast, and like the way it looks fucking amazing.
Yeah, I was not expecting that Horizon trailer. I was like, fuck. Okay, man. Like, I mean, but yeah, yeah, I think that's something like as consumers, like, dude, I mean, I like nostalgia games. Don't get me wrong, but like but at certain point, those nostalgia games were fresh and new, right? And that's why we fell in love with them. And I feel like we need to, continue this, momentum and look towards the future, and and well, for one, support these indie games, right? Because they really need it for sure. Uh, but yeah, dude, I mean, shit, I just want to, I definitely want to hear like see a different, fresh, new take, on different storytellers trying to tell their games, and I mean that gets me excited.
Yeah, I mean, we're all excited to see all the new games. Tori, any closing statements?
Yeah. Uh, Next gen is looking bright. Hopefully these games run at a high frame rate. Yeah, future's looking bright for video games.
Alrighty, T, closing statement.
Well, uh, I mean, fuck yeah. At the end of the day, it was a really good showcase, and I guess I'd say balls in your court, Xbox.
Yeah, Boston New Record Xbox.